Welcome to Luna English. Today we level up a software engineer's day. We'll flag risk at stand-up, scope work, soften code reviews, debug together, and negotiate with PM and QA. These are the phrases mid-level engineers use daily, so say each one with me. Here's how it works. First, listen carefully. You'll hear each sentence twice. Then, when you hear the beep, repeat after me out loud. Ready? Let's begin. Let's start with a sharper stand-up update. I'm about halfway through the refactor. I'm about halfway through the refactor. I should have it done by end of day. I should have it done by end of day. Heads up, the deploy might slip to tomorrow. Heads up, the deploy might slip to tomorrow. I'll sync with QA after stand-up. I'll sync with QA after stand-up. Yesterday, I wrapped up the migration. Yesterday, I wrapped up the migration. Today, I'm picking up the caching work. Today, I'm picking up the caching work. I'm waiting on review to unblock me. I'm waiting on review to unblock me. One risk is the third-party API. One risk is the third-party API. I'll flag it early, just in case. I'll flag it early, just in case. The estimate might be a little optimistic. The estimate might be a little optimistic. I hit a snag with the database. I hit a snag with the database. Can someone unblock me on access? Can someone unblock me on access? I'll keep the ticket updated as I go. I'll keep the ticket updated as I go. Let's park that topic for now. Let's park that topic for now. I could use a second pair of eyes. I could use a second pair of eyes. That dependency is still in flight. That dependency is still in flight. Let's circle back on this tomorrow. Let's circle back on this tomorrow. I'll drop the details in the channel. I'll drop the details in the channel. Next, let's scope the work and give an estimate. Let's break this ticket into smaller pieces. Let's break this ticket into smaller pieces. What's the acceptance criteria here? What's the acceptance criteria here? Realistically, this is about 3 days. Realistically, this is about 3 days. That's out of scope for this sprint. That's out of scope for this sprint. Can we push the edge cases to a follow-up? Can we push the edge cases to a follow-up? Let me confirm the scope before I start. Let me confirm the scope before I start. Is this a must-have or a nice-to-have? Is this a must-have or a nice-to-have? I'd add a buffer for testing. I'd add a buffer for testing. Let's timebox the research to a day. Let's timebox the research to a day. Can we clarify what the user actually needs? Can we clarify what the user actually needs? This depends on the API being ready. This depends on the API being ready. Let's split the front-end and back-end tasks. Let's split the front-end and back-end tasks. I'll take the smaller one first. I'll take the smaller one first. That's a bigger lift than it looks. That's a bigger lift than it looks. Let's define what done means here. Let's define what done means here. I'd rather ship something small first. I'd rather ship something small first. Can we lock the requirements today? Can we lock the requirements today? That estimate assumes no surprises. That estimate assumes no surprises. Let's not gold plate the first version. Let's not gold plate the first version. I'll write up the plan in the ticket. I'll write up the plan in the ticket. Let's align on priority before estimating. Let's align on priority before estimating. I'll flag it if the scope creeps. I'll flag it if the scope creeps. Now, let's give feedback the gentle way. This is just a nit. Feel free to ignore. This is just a nit. Feel free to ignore. Could we pull this out into a helper? Could we pull this out into a helper? This part is a bit hard to follow. This part is a bit hard to follow. Nice. This is much cleaner than before. Nice. This is much cleaner than before. I'd hold off on merging until tests pass. I'd hold off on merging until tests pass. What do you think about renaming this hit? What do you think about renaming this hit? Consider adding a test for this case. Consider adding a test for this case. This one is blocking, not a nit. This one is blocking, not a nit. Fair point. Let me rework it. Fair point. Let me rework it. Could you add a comment explaining why? Could you add a comment explaining why? I like the direction here. I like the direction here. Maybe we can simplify this later. Maybe we can simplify this later. Take it or leave it, just a thought. Take it or leave it, just a thought. Let's not block the merge on style. Let's not block the merge on style. I addressed all your comments. I addressed all your comments. Can you re-review when you get a chance? Can you re-review when you get a chance? I split it into 2 smaller PRs. I split it into 2 smaller PRs. Let's discuss this one on a call. Let's discuss this one on a call. Overall, this looks solid to me. Overall, this looks solid to me. One small thing, then I'll approve. One small thing, then I'll approve. Thanks for being patient with the review. Thanks for being patient with the review. Feel free to merge once green. Feel free to merge once green. Then, let's reproduce the bug and dig in together. Let me try to reproduce it first. Let me try to reproduce it first. It only happens on the second request. It only happens on the second request. My guess is a race condition here. My guess is a race condition here. Let's add a log and see what fires. Let's add a log and see what fires. Can you share the exact steps? Can you share the exact steps? Let's narrow it down step by step. Let's narrow it down step by step. What changed right before it broke? What changed right before it broke? Let's roll back and test that theory. Let's roll back and test that theory. The stack trace points to this function. The stack trace points to this function. Let me set a breakpoint here. Let me set a breakpoint here. That value looks off to me. That value looks off to me. Let's check the logs on staging. Let's check the logs on staging. I think we found the culprit. I think we found the culprit. Let's write a test to catch this. Let's write a test to catch this. Can we pair on the fix? Can we pair on the fix? Let me reproduce it on my machine. Let me reproduce it on my machine. The bug is intermittent, so it's tricky. The bug is intermittent, so it's tricky. Let's rule out the network first. Let's rule out the network first. Nice, the fix holds under load. Nice, the fix holds under load. Let's ship the fix and monitor it. Let's ship the fix and monitor it. Finally, let's align scope with PM and QA. Just so we're aligned on the scope here. Just so we're aligned on the scope here. That change is bigger than it sounds. That change is bigger than it sounds. Can we ship a smaller version first? Can we ship a smaller version first? QA will need a day for regression. QA will need a day for regression. Let's agree on priorities for the sprint. Let's agree on priorities for the sprint. This request came in pretty late. This request came in pretty late. Something has to give if we add this. Something has to give if we add this. What's driving this deadline? What's driving this deadline? Can we phase this over 2 releases? Can we phase this over 2 releases? I want to set expectations on timing. I want to set expectations on timing. Let's loop in QA before we commit. Let's loop in QA before we commit. Could you write up the edge cases? Could you write up the edge cases? Let's not overcommit for this release. Let's not overcommit for this release. Can we defer the analytics for now? Can we defer the analytics for now? I'll need sign-off from design first. I'll need sign-off from design first. Let's document this decision somewhere. Let's document this decision somewhere. That works for me on our end. That works for me on our end. Let's revisit the timeline next week. Let's revisit the timeline next week. Thanks for being flexible on this. Thanks for being flexible on this. Let's sync again after the demo. Let's sync again after the demo. Great job making it to the end. The more you practice, the more natural your English feels. If this helped, hit like and subscribe and turn on the bell. What scene would you like to practice next? Any topic or suggestion? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. See you in the next lesson.